To do your forecasting. Okay, now what happens is that you have the sales history in your ACC system. Okay, we have the sales history in our ACC system, and using BI, the intelligence or business warehouse, okay, interface of APO, okay, business intelligence or business warehouse interface of APO. We pull in the data of ACC to DP, okay, and we pull in data like sales history. Okay, so what basically we pull in is the sales history, and sales history is like a pattern of sales that has happened in the past. Okay, so we use such pattern and try to get probable future sales patterns that might come in. Okay, so what does it help businesses to pre-plan their production and have the stocks ready for the customer? Okay, so as soon as the sales order comes, the sales order will take the stock and go away. Otherwise, in case the forecasting was not done, what will happen is that if the customer demands, suppose it's a car manufacturing company. Okay, let us take one example. So in case they have not forecasted what would be the probable demand of cars in future, when the sales order comes, they go ahead and procure the goods. Once they have done the procurement of the goods, they plan their production. After planning the production, they do their production, and finally they dispatch the goods. Okay, so here we can see a lot of activity. One is procurement, then there is production. Okay, then there is then there is production preparation, then there is production. Okay, and then there is final product. Okay, and then there is delivery. So what happens is that if a customer gives me a sales order today and I don't have a forecast, I have not done a forecasting and I don't have a stock, it creates a delay of 2 months. Okay, approximately 2 months, because I'll take up at least 15 days to procure my goods, around probably 30 days to 30 days for production, and then final delivery. So the customer is not going to wait for 2 months for me to deliver that product. Okay, he or she will go with some another customer. Okay, so using DP, what we do is that we try to forecast for the future dates. Okay, that's the primary use of tool DP. Okay, and what all other feature we have in DP is like promotion planning. Okay, so promotion planning is nothing but promotion planning is nothing but like we do this TV advertisements. Okay, or we do a promotion like if you buy one product you get another free. Okay, so what it actually does is that it increases the sales or the demand of that product in the market. Okay, so we map promotion planning in DP, and we also map something called life cycle planning. So there is life cycle planning. What is this life cycle planning? So suppose there is a new product that is introduced in the market. Okay, we don't have any sales pattern for that product. Okay, so how do we get the future sales pattern of that product? So what we do is that we model the sales history of this product by referencing the sales history of some other similar product. Okay, so that is life cycle planning. Okay, now this is the basic about DP. Okay, so DP has it's primarily a forecasting tool. Okay, and it has also error techniques to further see if our forecasting is good or not. Then it is also has the capabilities to map real-time activities like promotions we do, or the introduction of new products. Okay, that sort of real-time activities mapping in DP. Okay, now going to what are the topics we might cover in terms of demand planning. Okay, so the first topic we are going to cover is RSA1. Okay, that's a BW or BI interface of APO. Okay, that we will try to understand how to create cubes, how to connect our APO system with our ECC, and then pull in the data from ECC. Okay, that will be the first part. Second, we will go to understand what is master planning, object structure, and planning area. Okay, these are the two components that we use to create our planning books. Okay, once done with the planning books, we are going to study different forecasting techniques. Okay, So in terms of APO, it has around I guess 50 different algorithms, okay, for forecasting. Okay, so it is univariate, composite, MLR. Okay, so these are the three primary techniques of forecasting, but inside it there are a lot of other forecasting techniques. So we are going to see the forecasting technique. Next we are going to see the error techniques. Okay, error technique and a few other things. Followed by that, we will discuss about once the forecasting is done. Okay, we will talk about scheduling jobs in scheduling, scheduling jobs. Okay, how to schedule jobs in DP, because in DP the scheduling of job is a little bit different. Okay, then we're going to talk about mass processing. Okay, mass processing, macros. Okay, mass processing is there, macros, and then finally, then you have process chains. Okay, so process chain is nothing but a sequence of jobs. Okay, and then you have release, release or transfer profile. Okay, so what do you mean by release or transfer profile? Okay, once the forecasting is done in DP, okay, I know what is the quantity probable I'm trying to plan. I'll send it to SNP. Okay, so that SNP can start its supply network planning. That is, it can start to select the best plant which can produce the DP forecast. Okay, that is one thing. One second. One more thing is that how we are going to do the training is that I'm going to configure each and every scenario, okay, from scratch. Okay, and one second. Sorry. Ravi, how many years you have in ABAP experience, ABAP programming?
I'm having 8 years.
8 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you did any projects in APO in terms of ABAP?
Yeah, I worked, in the planning book area. I did some of the reports, like ATP reports. Those I developed, reading from the cache, live cache.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Because just
Back-order processing area.
Okay. Okay. So these are part of your GETP. These are part of your GETP, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 One second. Okay. That's fine. Sorry, I lost it. I actually had a presentation for this, but somehow I'm not able to see it. That's fine. So these are the few of the things which we are
That's fine. If you want, we can schedule like after 8. Yeah, we can go through properly demo class if you want.
Okay. Okay.
Because I'm having like 7 o'clock, that's why.
Okay. Okay, now what we will do is that probably I'll give you a basic introduction, but in the next session I'll again update you in a better manner because I guess 8 o'clock would be around 10:30 for you. I mean night.
My time is 9:30. I'm in central time. Yeah.
Okay, you're in central time. Okay, let me just continue this, and then probably if you feel I'll organize another session. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the part of BW. This is the part of DP. Okay, where we are going to create planning books. Okay, and then we are going to study the forecasting techniques as well as error techniques in forecasting. And once the forecasting is finally confirmed, we are going to release it into SNP to do the supply network planning. Okay. Now let me explain you what is SNP. Okay. So SNP is the supply network planning. Okay. What do I mean by supply network planning? We have the distribution centers and plants. Okay. These are the primary two elements in your supply chain. Okay. Now the distribution centers are the place where we receive the sales orders. Okay. What do I mean? Okay. But distribution center is the place where we receive the sales orders or any demand. Okay. But distribution centers don't manufacture the good. Okay, we get it from the plant. So the demand comes to the distribution center, and then the distribution center transfers it to the plant. Okay, so once the demand has arrived to the plant goes for a MRP run or a production planning run, creates a planned order, and against the planned order, the business produces stock. Okay, this is the general flow. Okay. Now, one distribution center will not be connected to all of your plants. Okay. Why so? Because all plants will not have similar manufacturing capabilities. Okay, and I mean this is a more of a general case. Okay, so what happens is that your one distribution center may be connected to specific two plants. Okay, so for here we can see this plant is shared by two distribution centers. Okay, so this kind of network which you see here can be much more complicated. Okay. So what we do basically in the supply network planning is that first of all we define our supply network structure. Okay, what do we define in that? We define our distribution centers, we define our plant, and then we connect the interlinked plants and distribution centers using something called as transportation link. Okay, so that is the first part of SNP is defining our supply network planning. Supply network. Okay. So which distribution center is connected to which plant, and which plant can supply the goods. Okay, that is the first part of our supply network. Now that's one part. Okay, defining our supply chain model. Second thing, what we do is that once our supply chain model is developed, okay, we have made it, and the PW2 and the DP has released this forecast to SNP. We know what we are planning to produce. We take different kind of planning runs, okay, in SNP. So what are the different planning engines we have in SNP is HURI heuristics, then we have CTM engine, and then we have optimizer. Okay. So these are the three planning engines that SNP uses in terms of planning. So what is this planning? So planning is basically to find out what is the total demand, okay, and if against that total demand stock is available or not. Okay, in case stock is available, that demand needs not to be produced. Okay, but in case stock is not available, system creates a planned order or a purchase requisition for that demand to be satisfied. Okay, that's the primarily work of these three engines. But there are different business scenarios in which business would like to go for heuristics, PTM, and optimizer. And moreover, the primary function of three are the same. Okay, if there is a demand, they're going to create receipt elements. Okay, but the process of working of these three is different. That's SNP. Third, once we have discussed about the different kind of heuristics that we have in SNP, the next point we will discuss is deployment. So what is this deployment? Okay. Now, a few minutes back, we were talking about defining your supply network structure in SNP. Okay, what is your distribution center? What is your plant? What is the connectivity? Which distribution center can procure from which plant? And what is the sequence of plant that it needs to go through, and different things. Okay, in terms of defining a supply chain. Okay. Now, what has happened is that sales order came to distribution center. The distribution center sent the demand to the plant. Okay. And plant has produced the goods. Okay, we are up to this stage. Okay, and this is the stage where the deployment comes in. Okay, let us see this example. Suppose I have a distribution center 1 here and I have distribution center 2, which is connected to this plant 2. Okay, now this distribution center has requested 100 stock. Okay, 100 sales orders. Okay, and this also has requested total quantity of 100. Okay, so the total demand that has come to the plant is suppose 200. But somehow what has happened is that the plant could produce only 100 out of the 200 stock required. Okay. Now I have only 100 stock, and I have to satisfy two plants which have 100 individual demands. So what deployment does is that it segregates the total stock, okay, in such a way that both the distribution center can be satisfied in the best possible manner. Okay, so so there are different kinds of rules in deployment. One possible rule is 50-50 split, or one possible rule is by quota arrangement. So that is the primary function of deployment. I mean, in case the stock produced is less than the total demand that has come from distribution centers, how are we going to satisfy the distribution centers? Okay, that's your part of deployment. Okay, the last stage is something called transport load builder. Now, what is transport load builder? Once the goods are ready, okay, at the distribution center, and we know what is the percentage we need to give to which distribution center, how are we going to transport the goods? We are going to transport the goods by car or by truck, by rail, or different modes. Okay, so transport load builder optimally selects your transport vehicle. Okay, so that the load in that vehicle is optimally utilized. Okay, so it's used for vehicle selection and then selecting the best possible vehicle which can actually transport the goods to the plant. Okay, so that's part of transport load builder. Okay, so this basically covers all your S&P topics. Okay, and further we're going to discuss about VMI a little bit. Okay, so what is VMI? VMI is like whenever we produce goods, okay, we require raw material. Okay, so the raw materials are supplied by our vendors. Okay, so what happens is that as soon as our raw material stock is reduced, we have to create a purchase order and send it to the vendor, okay, for goods request. Okay, so in this case, the business actually monitors the raw material stock level. Okay, instead of that, using VMI, the third party, I mean the vendor, is directly connected to our system, and he can directly see the stock level, and he keeps on supplying the goods based on the cutoff stock levels. Okay, so that is about VMI. Okay, now what are the topics that we generally cover under S&P? Okay, the first topic is the master data. Okay, so what do I mean by master data? Your product, that is the ECC product master, then your resource master, then there is routing, then there is BOM, then there is production version, and so these are all the master data in ECC. Okay, so we will create all this master data and send it to APO using core interface. Okay, so the first topic we will start S&P has is the master data creation. Second topic S&P has is a set, and third topic is a master data in APO. Okay, after this three topics, we will look into the three planning engines that S&P has: heuristics, ATM, and optimizer. Then following that, we will have a deployment. How does deployment work? And then transport load builder and VMI. Okay, so that basically covers most of the S&P. Plus, we will have few advanced scenario. Okay, these are the basic general scenario. We'll do some end-to-end scenarios. Okay, to see how does the system plan. So that is part of S&P. Second is PPDS. So third is PPDS. Yeah. So what is PPDS and what is the difference between a PPDS and S&P? So PPDS is a more of a plant level planning. Okay. So what we said is that S&P has done the supply network planning. Okay. So S&P has got your demand in your distribution center, and further it has selected the optimal plant which can be used for the production, and using S&P different planning engines like heuristic, CTM, and optimizer, it has also done a rough cut planning. Okay, now we are going to do a detail level planning on the rough cut planning in only specific plant. Okay, we are going to do a plant level planning, okay, to further enhance our plan. So that's a part of PPDS. Okay, and one more thing is that S&P is a bucket oriented planning. So what do I mean by bucket oriented planning? The maximum clarity that S&P can give you is up to a day bucket. That means it can say I'll produce 20 units. Okay, on, so this is for one second. For S&P will give you I can produce 20 units on 12th May. Okay, no further details. So what is when is my production going to be available at 12th May, but when PPDS will specify, it will say 12th May, okay, 10:30 a.m. okay. So basically PPDS will give you hours, minute and second levels of detail, but S&P can give you only day level of detail in terms of planning. Okay. Another part is that PPDS is a plant level optimization and moreover industry specific solutioning. Okay. So it has solutions like setup sequencing, then block planning, then there is something called campaign planning, then there is something called shelf life planning. Okay. Then there is called capacity reservation. Yeah. So these are a few of the PPDS functionalities it has. Okay. So it is not mandatory that business will implement all the PPDS functionalities. Depending upon their business flow, they will pick up a couple of the industry specific solutions. So let me just explain quickly what is setup sequencing. Okay. So suppose it's a paint industry, okay, and it has done their demand forecasting and then it has created a rough cut plan, okay, using S&P, and they want to now further optimize their plan, okay. And since it is a paint industry, it has orders like red order, then it has received a blue color paint order, again a red color, then again a green color, different orders, okay, and then again blue color, okay, and then again red color, okay. So they have different, okay, and they have received different sales order for different products, okay, and they have received that, okay. Now what has happened is that in this kind of order, the first the business started manufacturing red, okay, then they moved to blue, okay. So what they have to do is that they have to clean up the container for red and again prepare the machine for blue, and again after preparing blue they again clean the container for red, and once they clean the container they again plan for green, again blue. So we can see each time they have to clean their container and again prepare their production for different color paint, okay. Instead of setup sequencing, what it will do is that it will put red color order first, then again red color order, again red color order, then it will take blue, then it will take blue, and then it will put green, okay. So what has my setup has become like, all the reds are together, okay, all the blues are together, all our greens are together, okay. So it will do it for a horizon of 7 days, okay. So it will not do it for an entire month or longer duration. It can do that, but business won't do that because there would be little bit shuffling of your planned orders, so it might impact the sales order delivery dates, okay. This is a kind of setup sequencing, okay. So what PPDS does is that it optimizes your plant, okay. So again there are different kind of planning that S&P has. One is block planning, campaign planning, shelf life planning, capacity reservations. So these are all industry specific requirements, okay. And what are things we're going to discuss in PPDS? One is master data. Okay. After master data, we will see about the basic configurations in PPDS. That is global global settings, then planning procedures, then heuristics. Okay. Apart from that, PPDS is a heuristic based planning. Okay. Heuristics. So what do we mean by heuristic based planning is that if I go to SPRO here, SAP IMG reference, okay, advanced planning and optimization, and I click on supply chain planning, and I click on production planning and detailed scheduling, and I click on heuristics. So PPDS has this many number of heuristics, okay. When we talk about S&P has got only 3 engines. One is heuristic, one is optimizer, and CTM, okay. But in PPDS it has got number of planning algorithms, okay. So these planning algorithms are like small steps, okay. It doesn't give you the planning result in one go, okay. So we have to select the combination of your heuristics that optimally suits the plant, okay. So we are going to discuss about the different heuristics and the common heuristics. There are a number of heuristics. I mean, I guess more than 60-70 heuristics available under PPDS. Okay. So we are going to discuss around 20-25 of them, which are most commonly used. And after discussing about the heuristics and understanding the basic configuration in PPDS, we'll go ahead and see the different scenarios like block planning and things. Okay, so that's about PPDS. Okay, and the last part we have is our GATP. Okay, so what is this GATP? GATP is your enhancement to the ATP process that we have in ECC. Okay, now what are the basic things in GATP? The first basic thing in GATP is that there are a few SIF configurations, okay, that needs to be done to ensure the ATP check will happen in APO. That is the first part we're going to see. Second part we are going to see, along with SIF configuration, the master data, okay, in GATP. Fourth part we're going to see is that basic methods, okay, in GATP. What are the basic methods? Basic methods are like product allocation, okay. Then what is that? Confirmation against forecast, okay, and combination of this. Okay. Then we are going to see rules in GATP. Once rules is done, we will be seeing into something called capable to promise. Okay, capable to promise is integrated with our PPDS to give a sales order confirmation date on real-time basis. Okay. Then we have something called MLATP, that is multi-level ATP process. Further, we will see something called backorder processing. Okay. What are the configurations that are related to backorder processing? Okay. So that basically covers our GATP section. Okay. So that's it. That's it in terms of APO. What we're going to see, and the approximate duration for each of this module is around 30 to 35, 40 days. Okay. And in terms of executing the scenarios, we're going to create all the scenarios from scratch, and we're going to do. I'm going to show you in the system, and probably you can have 1 day gap where you can practice, and if you don't need a gap, we can continue next day.
Okay. Okay. No.
So,
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that is it.
Yeah.
So in case let us see how does it goes, and in case you want another session, I can do that. I mean the demo session.
Yeah, we'll discuss
like
another because it's already 8:30. I have to join that training
okay.
session.
Okay.
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 Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.